In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on August 10, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Las Vegas Raiders versus Minnesota Vikings. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings are set to open their preseason campaigns this Saturday in Minnesota. For the Raiders, this game marks the beginning of their first full season under head coach Antonio Pierce. Pierce stepped into the head coaching role after replacing Josh McDaniel midway through last season and earned the position permanently. On the other side, the Vikings are entering their 3rd season under head coach Kevin O'Connell. This year, they will be starting fresh with a new quarterback after parting ways with Kirk Cousins during the offseason. I anticipate that both teams will give significant playing time to their top 2 quarterbacks as they work to clarify their quarterback situations. However, the competition is more intense in Las Vegas, which should lead to considerable playing time for each of their top quarterbacks, both of whom have substantial NFL experience. For the Vikings, their rookie quarterback, McCarthy, will be making his NFL debut in this game. We can expect some nervous moments from him as he steps onto the professional stage for the first time. Pierce will likely aim to inspire his team, just as he did last season when he successfully rallied the Raiders. O'Connell, on the other hand, has not placed much importance on preseason games in his 2 years with the Vikings, evidenced by his 0-6 record in preseason contests. The Raiders are also facing a competition for the starting running back position, so we can expect their top 2 backs to share the workload evenly on Saturday afternoon. Meanwhile, the Vikings are expected to rest their top running back, Jones, for most, if not all, of the game. While both teams are dealing with quarterback competitions, the Raiders are likely to play more of their starters on offense. McCarthy, who will be making his NFL debut, comes from a Michigan team that relied heavily on the run, so we might see some nerves and quick drives from him early on. Given the competitive nature of Las Vegas' quarterback battle, both quarterbacks should perform at a high level. Typically, I believe that betting on preseason football should focus on the depth and position battles within the teams, but with the Raiders, starting positions are still up for grabs, which could lead to some tough decisions right from the start. Although Minnesota has its own questions to address before Week 1, I believe the Raiders have more to sort out in this matchup, which should lead to a stronger effort from them. Therefore, the Las Vegas Raiders to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. As this is the first preseason game, we can expect some mistakes, and generally, defenses tend to be ahead of offenses at this stage, which should hold true here. With key offensive players like Jefferson and Adams expected to be out for both Minnesota and Las Vegas, the under looks like a smart bet. McCarthy is likely to struggle in his first NFL appearance, and both teams will probably try to keep the clock running and finish the game quickly to avoid any significant injuries. Additionally, both offenses had their struggles last season. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Green Bay Packers versus Cleveland Browns. The NFL preseason is heating up, and Saturday's schedule is packed with action, featuring 9 games. One of the highlights is a late afternoon showdown between the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns, taking place in Cleveland. Last season, the Packers secured a 2nd-place finish in the National Football Conference North and even advanced in the playoffs, only to be eliminated by the San Francisco 49ers in the divisional round. The Browns, meanwhile, clinched the number 5 seed in the American Football Conference playoffs, but were swiftly knocked out by the Houston Texans in the wild card round. As both teams gear up for the new season, they enter with high hopes and lofty expectations. However, much of that optimism won't be fully showcased in this initial preseason matchup for either side. The Browns have already announced that their starters will see very limited action in this game, including backup quarterback Winston. who is set to make his debut with the team. Conversely, the Packers are approaching this game with the intent to get their starters some meaningful playing time, while Cleveland is focused on ensuring their key players, particularly those dealing with minor injuries, are rested and ready for the regular season. Green Bay appears eager to use this preseason opportunity to get their first team offense in rhythm. Now that Jordan Love has emerged as a key player, there's added pressure for him to perform right out of the gate. With this in mind, the Green Bay Packers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Browns have made it clear that many of their key players, including the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, will be resting during this game. Green Bay, on the other hand, plans to start their first-team players, at least in the early stages of the game, which could give them a significant advantage over Cleveland's second stringers. Expect Packers quarterback Jordan Love to take advantage of this and air the ball out early. Meanwhile, Jameis Winston will likely use his first 10 snaps with his new team to make a strong impression in front of the home crowd. Although the Browns boasted a formidable defense last season, they frequently found themselves in high-scoring games, with the over hitting in 12 out of 18 contests. Similarly, Green Bay saw the over hit in 11 out of 19 games. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco 49ers versus Tennessee Titans. The NFL preseason is in full swing, and this week brings us an exciting interconference showdown on the football field as two teams face off in the heart of the Music City. The San Francisco 49ers are hitting the road, heading east to challenge the Tennessee Titans on Saturday night. Last season, San Francisco finished with an impressive 12-5 record during the regular season. They continued their success in the playoffs, defeating Green Bay in the National Football Conference Divisional Playoff and overcoming Detroit in the National Football Conference Championship game before ultimately falling in a heartbreaking overtime loss to the Chiefs in Super Bowl 58 with a final score of 25-22. On the other hand, the Tennessee Titans had a tough season, finishing with a 6-11 record, placing them at the bottom of the American Football Conference South standings. It's worth noting that these two teams haven't crossed paths in the preseason for nearly 2 decades. Their last preseason encounter occurred on August 26, 2005, when the 49ers edged out the Titans in overtime with a 16-13 victory at home. The 49ers have already announced that they will be resting their starters for this game, but it's unclear whether the Titans will follow suit. Tennessee might take a different approach, as they need to give their younger players some valuable playing time. Moreover, I have more confidence in the Titans' quarterback situation. Mason Rudolph, who is a reliable backup, is expected to have a standout performance in this game. While San Francisco might have the edge during the regular season, the dynamics of the preseason are different. I believe the Titans will rise to the occasion and get the job done. Therefore, the Tennessee Titans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The projected total for this game is quite high, especially considering that it's the first preseason matchup of the season. This is largely due to the 49ers' reputation for offensive firepower. However, with their star offensive players sitting out and a relatively thin depth at running back, I don't anticipate head coach Kyle Shanahan to push quarterback Brock Purdy and the rest of the starters too hard, if at all. The Titans' offense is also missing its star running back, who has since moved on to another team, leaving them in a rebuilding phase. With Will Levis entering just his second season, there may still be some growing pains as the team navigates through this transitional period. Last season, the under hit in 11 out of 17 games for the Titans, while San Francisco saw the under hit in 8 of their games. Taking all of this into consideration, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.